Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is a video demonstration intended to identify some of the tools, again, some of the tools my colleagues and I use today in the field of private investigations. If you're seeking to become a private investigator, or perhaps you're a private investigator currently active, and you see some of the equipment that we display here today, or perhaps you're just browsing the web and you want to know more information about some of the equipment we provide, feel free to contact us 24 hours a day at the number on your screen. Now, we provide private investigator tools like the ones you're going to see here today. We also provide private investigation training. So we certify and license private investigators in the state of their home. At the same time, we provide private investigator services across the country and outside of the United States. Feel free to contact us. Now, I'm going to begin by identifying equipment that every private investigator must have. We teach that in our classes, and I ensure that every investigator I work with at least has those three tools. Everybody knows you got to identify your reports with a timeline. So who, what, when, where, why, how, all those, plus what time did it happen? What time did you conduct the activity? Okay, you must have a watch. In this particular case, this is a spy watch. It allows recording of audio files as well as video files up to a certain size. Second most needed item is obviously a 3x5 note card. Everybody knows you can make notes as you go and finish your report at a later time, but you must have a notepad with you at all times. I keep mine everywhere I go in my pocket, just if I need to write something down. Okay, so watch, notepad, and in today's technology, everybody must have a particular smart device, a phone. Okay, you can use these phones to capture video if your company protocol allows you to use the phones to identify claimants or clients or specific subjects. I forgot to mention is my normal camera that I normally use. It's situated, or it's placed on a extendable tripod. It's called a monopod, and extends up to about 7 feet long. Okay, this is a godsend. Okay, this monopod allows you to stabilize your camera while you're recording. Okay, it is very convenient to have this monopod and keep the camera steady. If you don't have this, you tend to jerk the camera movements, especially while you're moving inside the vehicle and obtaining surveillance video. It is, I can't say enough about this as well. The monopod has allowed me to obtain video that is steady and focused and perfect for the client's review. Private investigators use briefcases. Well, in this case, I use a Pelican brand watertight, waterproof briefcase. It's a model 1490. It's designed to be carried like a briefcase, as you can see. It stores quite a lot of items in my, it allows me to carry a lot of items with me in possession. It comes equipped with a little belt strap, so I can keep it on my shoulder when I walk around and operate in the field. And it is watertight. You can walk in the rain, you can literally submerge this thing and it will work just fine. It'll keep your items inside safe and protected. I recommend getting a briefcase that is watertight, drop proof to a certain extent and secured, as this Pelican briefcase is for every private investigator that I know. And then I also have a separate Pelican case, which is a little bigger for my other bigger pieces of equipment. This is a Pelican 1510, okay? It is the Pelican 1510 case. It is a carry-on item, so when you fly, you can actually store it in your carry-on compartment, and it stores quite a lot of items in there, as you're gonna see here pretty soon. Okay, so those are my two main pieces of luggage that I carry with me at all times. Outside of course, change of clothes, water, food, and things of that nature. The outside of my case, as you can see here, has a folder, an area that allows me to put some of my discs that I use and some of my file information. Okay, in between that top layer, as you see here, and the middle section, I've designed a foam insert that protects the top from the middle. The middle, as you can see, has a laptop. Okay, so I initially remove this top layer. Okay, and then when I write my reports, I simply open up my laptop if I'm out in the field. Okay, and I start writing. And then I can submit the reports directly from my briefcase. Now, my briefcase is designed with the idea that I'm going to be out in the field for a long period of time. So, in case I do need other items, they will be in my briefcase. So, this is where my laptop normally sits. Between my laptop and the outer shell is another piece of foam, kind of sandwiched in between. And then I have this piece, and then underneath is a whole set of equipment. Okay, I carry with me at all times, which everybody should, a backup camera. Hey, you never know when your first camera will fall and get destroyed, which has happened to me a few different times in the past. Okay, a backup camera is always a necessity. You must have something to record in case your first camera breaks, or perhaps you need a different angle. Okay, so I have a backup camera with me stacked inside. Now I have a backup battery adapter which plugs in for my camera with a little a couple batteries that I use for making sure that I have enough juice. Of course, I've got memory cards and adapters, anywhere from 64 to 32 gigs of SD RAM memory, and for client reports and also for claimant activity reports, I use a recorder. This is a digital recorder that transfers directly into my laptop. Then I have what I call is my external hard drive, enclosed in a little packet that sits concealed underneath as well. Then I have an additional spy camera, which is a body-worn spy camera. It's very small. It's about 2-3 inches in diameter, tall, and you can keep it on your lapel. You can keep it on your belt. You can walk around. It's very hard to notice because it's small. And I have a separate, which I love, spy camera. This is a key remote control like key finder spy camera. It records in HD quality. It's a Pelican 1510. It stores some of my other equipment that I use for my cases. Is designed as so, as you can see here. I had to, manually create these pockets where all my pieces of equipment fit. Okay, so you got to play around with some of this foam equipment to manage to make it work for you as you obtain equipment. Again, this Pelican case is watertight, water sealed. It has a lining rubber seal around the edge that protects the water from penetrating in. It does float in water if necessary, but I have not tried that out yet. Anyway, here's some of the other equipment. Again, I have a secondary or third camera here available just in case. You never know, you may work in tag team operations where you need an additional camera. Another investigator might drop his, so you have to have a backup camera. I have another recorder here that I use specifically for cases as well. I do carry another recorder here specifically. All these are digital recorders. You cannot have enough recorders, especially in covert situations where you are obtaining audio. Okay. I also carry this cool GoPro camera for water cases where we have to identify clients or claimants, that is, and subjects in heavy hazardous weather environments. And then we carry, I do have this thing. You can buy it at pretty much everywhere these days. It's a suction cup mounted adapter for your camera. So if you want to have multiple angles in your car or some place that you want to use this, it's a convenient tool to have. You can buy it for about $20-something at Best Buy, I believe. And of course, they have an additional spy camera. This is an HD quality smartwatch or spy watch. I guess it's mostly called a spy watch. It does not calculate for you, but anyway, it does act like a smartwatch because you can record audio, video, and pictures on it. And you know, it is convenient to have multiple spy watches, especially when you need additional angles. Okay. I also have what's necessary as a private investigator, a camera, okay? Now, this particular camera has saved my butt many times, okay? You need a camera to document vehicle damages. For insurance fraud purposes, you want to do a claims report on a boat, on a particular building structure, on a claimant injured that's complaining of personal injuries, and you want to identify that and not obtain video. This is a digital camera as well. It's convenient, small enough that you can carry pretty much anywhere, and it shoots very well compared to its size. Okay, so I have that in addition to other cameras, but I keep this with me at all times. Okay, and then I have what I call a pretty neat little piece of equipment. If I can pull it out, it's a spy glasses. Okay, these particular glasses could go on your head, could go on your eyes if you don't wear glasses. As like in my case, I wear prescription glasses, so I can't really wear them on my eyes because I won't be able to see. They're designed with a recorder inside its bracket over here, and you can set it up so that way you can record video or take audio, or you can set it on a table as you're having lunch with someone, and it will record all the video you really need for covert video. Okay, so it's a very cool device. There a variation of these glasses out there available on the market, anywhere from $200 to $500 and lower. So this particular one, I believe, was about $50, and it came in handy many times. Okay, so I've got glasses. Then what I've got is what I call is my spy untrackable phone. Okay, this again is a smartphone. Okay, in this case it's an iPhone. I can't go into too much detail how it became a spy phone, but I use this to make calls that are untraceable. Okay, for the purpose of remaining untraceable. Okay, I actually have a secondary storage compartment underneath inside this magnificent Pelican case. Again, this is a Pelican 1510 case, okay, and allows for 2 different layers. My second layer holds a whole different set of tools. Today's technology allows you to put a dash mounted DVR camera. Okay, this is a DVR camera with 2 different cameras, one facing the driver and the other one facing the road. Okay, so it also displays the video live, so you can see what you're seeing live. Okay, this mounts to your dashboard and it records on a 64. What I have is a 64 mini SD card that continuously records activity as I drive. I use this camera, this dual camera, quite often, especially in my line of work, because it's a necessity. I have to identify. Oh, by the way, it has a GPS enabled tracking, so you can actually track your travels and review it at a later time. The other, which I failed to explain, outside a notepad, a smartphone, and a watch, you must have a set of binoculars. I love these binoculars. These are particularly made by Bushnell. They're very well designed. They work awesome. I love them. They're 10 by 42 in size, and they do not fool me at all. I mean, you look through these, you can see up close in various formats, and I love them. Anyway, I can't say enough about those binoculars.